Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is IMD, as most of you know me. If you don't know me and you're just coming back to my channel, my name is IMD. It's been like, I think I'm actually not going to apologize this time around for going for a while. I think it's been like a month. I actually took I took a much needed break, because the last time I said I took a much needed break, but I actually went on vacation this time around, and I was in vacation mode and I was just not in the content creation state. I was creating content but not really for speaking, YouTube and all that kind of jazz. And by the way, yo, I'm feeling zazzy today. I'm feeling really zazzy. So okay, let's go. Basically today what we're gonna be talking about, we're going to be talking about enjoying your singleness, like literally loneliness, needing a man, jealousy, like oh my goodness. So this is an amazing question that, for some reasons, people always ask me. Maybe they think that I'm an expert in these things, but I am actually not. So just put a disclaimer out there. I am very single. I'm single. Single. I've been single for about 4 years now. Intentionally so. So yeah, literally, that's my life. You know, put it out there. Yeah, for a really long time, basically. So and I'm really in a good space of my life. Like let me even tell you all, like I'm in a very content space of my life. Like I can't even explain it, you know. I'm just genuinely happy. I'm genuinely at peace. I'm at rest. There is balance, and I'm experiencing harmony in my life. I'm growing. Like especially this year, I have experienced certain internal combustions happen to me, and I have locked IMD 4.0. So what IMD 4.0 basically is that I have like the way you have upgrade systems 10.1, 10.2, and everything. I know when I unlock a new level for me, like I can sense the shift happening. So right now I'm on IMD 4.0. So basically that's basically it. So yeah, I've been in a really good space. Like I said, 2 weeks ago I took a solo trip that was really amazing. I really enjoyed it. And so I could see a lot of people have asked me like, oh, so you know, you're single. I'm not bothered about being in a relationship. Like I currently am open to it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I don't have a man, or I see somebody getting married or somebody in a relationship and I start to like loathe them or feel jealous or feel bad or feel like, nah, I'm not in that space, man. Like I can't even deal. So let me actually start the questions. And I'm going to start like so someone actually sent me a message. So I think it started out as someone sent me a message on WhatsApp, and she was like, because you know I'm really out here living my best life, and she's like, you know, how does she cope with her single season, or how does she like deal with it? So I want to first say that a single season is not a coping phase, or a period of life where you're meant to cope with anything. You know, Bible says that there's time for everything. There's a time to be single, there's a time to be married, right? And I know that society sort of like tags being single like it is like a disease, right? They say things like single Pringle, or whatever things people say jokingly about the single season, and make him look like, oh, if you don't have a babe, you're not really advancing in life. If you don't have a babe, you're not, you know, just a lot of things that society kind of makes young people feel like, oh, relationship goals, and for you to be really happy in life, you have to be in a relationship, whatever. I want to say that when I got this message from this person, genuinely, and I say this humbly, I could not relate. Like I couldn't really relate. So I'm like, okay, there are probably things that I have done. I've probably, like, you know, I like to use a particular word. I have leveraged on wisdom that has gotten me to where I actually am today. So, and I looked at my life, I was like, okay, was there ever a time in my life where I'm like, oh my god, I'm in a relationship, blah blah? I don't remember, right? I don't think I recall ever being that kind of person. But as well, I have asked people questions, and I have also looked at my life and said, okay, so how has God worked in me, or what has gotten me to a point where I am actually content being where I am? So I want to say something, that I believe in something called purposeful singleness, right? I don't believe that, this is my personal opinion now. I from just how God has worked with me over time, there is a time when being singularly single is very necessary, and there's a time for active waiting. So not everybody who is single is actively waiting. Sometimes you actually have to just be singularly single. Now, one of the best ways that I feel like, you know, when you really maximize, because if you really maximize your singleness, right, you will be so content when you get married. And then people feel like, marriage is the cure for their loneliness or their whatever they're going through. They need a partner. It's called codependency. Hey. By the way, because I'm getting really into coaching. Oh god, by the way, I'm just gonna put that later. I'm developing myself to be like go really really into coaching and all that. So yeah, if you're gonna see me talking about psychological terms, just your girl be reading. So yes, there's actually something called codependency. Codependency is actually problematic. I think you should go and look it up, and then you should see a therapist if you're codependent. There are people who just cannot be alone. It's a problem. You need to be singularly single. People who just can't be alone. And yeah, so let me not even get into therapy and all this kind of stuff. So let me just talk about why we're here, because I mean that's what you want to hear. So first, so let's say you are now in a season where you are single, and maybe you're searching, I don't know, but you're single and singularly so, or you just feel like you're not enjoying it. You are very very you just want to get married, you don't want to be in a relationship, you want a babe, you want a boo, you just cannot be single. Like I said, there's something called purposeful singleness, right? Your single season is supposed to be maximized properly, intentionally, right? Is a stage of really knowing yourself and really getting to know God. Of course, your journey in your walk with God is like a lifelong journey, but I'm saying that you start your personal development, you start your self-discovery, you start that journey as a single person. Why it is important to develop yourself and to find yourself and to know who you are is because I always say this, and it's so true. If you don't know who you are, you don't know who you can marry. I don't get it. Like, if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you like, you don't know what you're wired to do, you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know why you're here, you can't know who is fit for you, you don't know who is the best candidate, quote unquote, for you to be attached to. Marriage is serious business. Marriage is not cruise and vibes. Marriage is not because you don't like, okay, I want to get to that, but marriage is actually serious business. It's not for children. You need to develop yourself. And aside the fact that, of course, if you're really looking at releasing your creative genius into the world, which you actually should, because you're here to make an impact, you're here to to leave your mark on this world. And it's everybody, every single person, not just some people. If you're really looking to do that in your life, you have to go on personal development. You have to find out who you are. You have to first govern yourself, but I'm just saying that even to also get married of course, your journey in unlocking yourself, it's a lifelong journey. But I'm just saying, to a certain extent, you need to know who you are to be to know who you can really really see yourself getting married to. QED, full stop. So let's say you are here. The first thing I think the Holy Spirit ever asked me, like literally, is, why do you want to get married? Literally, that's the first thing. Why do you want to get married? Like, the desire for marriage is noble. Like, I'm not the kind of person, I know people try to shame. I know I tell you now that there's a movement of how they call it now, I don't know, it's feminism, they call it, like, feminism. And this movement of like strong woman, need men. I mean, that's not what feminism is about. I'm just saying some of these people, they do this, we don't need men, we don't do that, men and shit. Like, this is not, I don't believe those. That's not what biblical standards actually are. But and they try to shame women who actually want to be like housewives or like just be married, or they have this desire to get married. Now, the desire to get married is noble, and I'm one person who believes that God put certain desires in us. It's actually a noble desire, but the thing is that your desire cannot engulf you so much so that you're desperate to get married. Now let's go into what I'm trying to say. So I'm saying that, why do you want to get married? That's actually a very good place to start when you're feeling like you want to be in a relationship. First of all, I'm not talking to, if you are not a believer, I know that your kind of standard or how you weigh relationships are really different. You can date for fun, you can date for dating sake, you can just date because you want to date. I'm talking about Christian women, Christian men here. Of course, we date with purpose. The purpose is definitely to get married, right? So, I mean, yeah, I'm saying, so the first reason is, why do you want to get married? Why do you want to be in a relationship? Why do you want to be married? That's the first desire. I remember one time the Holy Spirit, and it's not like I was even actively like, want to know. because I've been really enjoying my single season. I'm telling you, and this is not bobo. Like, one of the things I always say is, I'm not selling you zobo. I'm telling you stuff that is true. I'm one person who has genuinely, as in, I've maximized it. I'm continuing to maximize it, and I really, really enjoyed it. Right. But one of the things that the Holy Spirit asked me one day, was in one morning like that, random. He said, "Why do you want to get married?" And I feel like that question threw me back, because I'm like, I mean, excuse me, sir. Like, isn't that what everybody does at a particular point in their life? Isn't that what is expected of you? And he was like, you're supposed to know better, right? Are you supposed to do things because it's expected of you, or because that's what you're supposed to do? That's the right thing to do because you believe in the cause, right? So I realized that a lot of people, marriage is not the next best thing that happens. Once you graduate from university, you get a job, you're now settled down. The next best thing is to get married. Marriage is not just the next thing that happens because you're a particular age. Why are you getting married? Because a lot of people get married for different reasons. So you need to sit down and ask them, is it that you're lonely, you want a babe, or that you're a believer, you want a child, but you know that you cannot get a child of wedlock, so you want to get married to anybody anyhow, or just somebody who is just nice, right, guys, so you can actually get, what are your motives saying? What are they pointing to? And it's not shame in the game if your motives are tilted to like a particular reason. You just want someone who will come and serve you and give you breakfast in bed, and all those cute things that they put on Instagram. That's part of it, but that should not be the real reason why you want to get married. And if your motives are not right, it's so to tell God and say, God, put your own desires in me and take away my own desires. It's very simple. It's a prayer point you can actually raise. So it's like, why do you want to get married? You don't want to get married because you want to wear matching outfits, because you want to do big goals, or because you're a certain age and so I didn't even know why people get married. I just know that society told me that at a particular age you go to your husband's house. That's the reason why, So that was a question that I had to like really, really like sit down, and the Holy Spirit helped me and started to uncover really what his purpose for marriage actually is. It's beyond all those social media things. It's like the person that created something is the person that knows why he's getting married. And if you don't know the right, it's going to be abused. Abused. English is kind of hard around places. If you're single and that kind of thing, get to know yourself. This is a time for self-discovery. Like I already mentioned this one, try new stuff. See, I mean, there's so much. I really people say that, oh, I'm single and I'm bored. I'm like, I still can't relate. I'm like, there's so much to do. Like, girl, like you have, as a single person, your advantage is that it's a bit selfish in the sense that your time is your own. I literally last week I packed my bag. I went to Barbados to go and do vacation, and I was going out every day. I wake up in the morning, carry my stuff, go out with people, and it was fun for me. Like, get to know yourself, try new stuff, get to know what you like, what you don't like, go on hikes, cook, read books, discover your hobbies, launch businesses. See, right now this is like your test proof time. I think that's the word they use. I'll probably put it out there. Like, you can decide to take $1 billion and put it in billion and to fill your full chest. It will pain you. I've heard businesses that have failed. It will pain you, but it's just you. You don't have kids. See, I think about if I fail now, the school fees that I raise the money, like, it's just you. It's your season to be selfish and know God and love God and get to know yourself and love yourself. Like, it's an amazing time, So take risks, because dynamics change when you are married and now they are kids. I already said that. I said these are your most selfish days. It's not just about waiting, it's about how you wait. That's another thing. It's not about waiting. Oh, I'm just waiting on God, but you're grumbling like, oh God, when? Everybody's Instagram commenting, oh God, when? God, then with my own comment will be commenting on everybody's Instagram, doing all sorts of matter of nonsense, and you're not really grateful. You're not really utilizing your single season, because truthfully, once you get married, you will never really be single again. Responsibilities, things are going to come up. Like, see, this is your time. You're single, you are very lucky. I'm telling you. So these are your most selfish days. It's not about waiting, it's about how you wait. Are you going to be waiting joyfully? Are you going to be waiting, with expecting? Are you going to be waiting just come like, God, it's time. I'm 28, I'm 29, I'm reaching 30. There is no man. Nobody's even talking to me. Maybe sometimes God even wants to hide you. Maybe God even wants to hide you because God knows that if you it's not yet time. Like, or God, I don't even know, but it's possible that God is just hiding people from seeing you so that you can focus on the things that really matter now. There's a time for everything. Do not have the mentality of a man will come and rescue you one day and clean your tears. Baby girl, the news flashes that if you're not happy single, he will not be happy married. It's not a matter when I get my children, so I get my man, I'll be content. It's the lie. If you're not content, but also that he who is faithful in little will be faithful in much. If you're not faithful in little and you're single, singularly single, you're only you and you're only your person. You're not grateful, you're not happy. Do you think that when you get married that a man is going to come and dry your tears, solve your problems, be the one that will come and... Be careful, sister, be careful. Anyway, so you attract who you are. So that's the thing. A lot of people are not, you're not working on yourself, you're not building yourself, you're not learning, you're not leveraging wisdom, you're just having a desire for marriage, not even reading about relationships, not reading about marriage, not reading about anything. You're just saying, oh, I want to get married. You don't even understand how this thing works. You attract who you are. Broken women attract broken or emotional and unavailable men. So heal, my sister. You gotta heal. Like if you're on this conversation, you're hearing me, you're being dumping from pillar to pole. You're being 4 years relationship today, 1 year tomorrow, they batter you, you go again 6 months, before you're under Peter, before you're on top of Paul. It is not gonna help you. You need to heal. Literally, you don't want to come into marriage with your luggage that is heavy. What's this thing that you used to do when traveling? Extra luggage. You want to heal. And you want to heal, you want to be whole. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, and I'm asking, I say, why are you scared of your own company? A lot of people are scared to be alone. Like, why are you scared of your own company? If you're scared of your own company, then why should somebody else want to be with you? You need to be okay. Sometimes in this singleness step, you carry yourself out on a date. You take it all out on a date. You go out. I have this thing called weekly dates myself. Although they become like intention parties for me in that sense. The self-intention parties, I go, I reflect my week, I write, I journal, I listen to soul cleansing music. I have a self-care routine for every weekend. I think you have to be able to like your own company, be able to spend time with yourself. Why are you trying to escape yourself with a relationship? Do you understand? Let's continue. Now, if you want to get married, you want to read about marriage and dating and relationships. Like, you need to see. Let me tell you something I shared today on my webinar. I said that the difference, like some people say that, oh, when I see a person who has a relationship and all that, they get jealous and all that. How does that help? How do you do that? I'm like, I can't really relate, because it's like, I give an example. So I say, if I'm pregnant, I'm 2 weeks pregnant, for example. I'm not, but let's say I'm pregnant 2 weeks, and I see somebody who has a child that is 5-year-old, right? I can't start saying, oh my God, hey, I wish I had a child. Look at me. Because I have a child, right? I have a child. The difference between just me and that person is just time. QED. I'm carrying child. Although people might not see that I'm carrying child, I'm carrying child. The only difference that I have between me and the person who has an actual child is actually that their own is physical, my own is not yet, right? So I can't say that, the child is 5 years, look at me. No, I don't do that. So if you're a believer, and I want to believe that you have that desire to get married, you're carrying a promise, you're carrying God's word. I want to believe that you have been praying about about marriage and what you desire in a person, and just like praying literally about the kind of marriage you want to have. You've seen in God's word some promises about marriage. You are carrying a word. You are carrying, it has not just become flesh. You are with child. It's only a matter of time before you now come and manifest, meet the person and all that kind of thing. So nobody says that you're not going to get it. You just don't have it now. And that's okay. It's a matter of time. And so if you want a healthy marriage, I always share this time, it's so true. There are 3 things that are standing between you and somebody who has a genuine healthy relationship. WAT, wisdom, application, and time, right? The person knows something that you don't know. The person is applying that wisdom, because you can know and not apply. And then just time, because if I'm pregnant now, no matter how much I read about children and caring for them and how to take it and everything, I will not be able to push that child to 9 months. So WAT, if you want to get married, instead of you waiting and say, oh God, read about marriage, about dating, about relationships. If you're a Christian, they are amazing people. We have Deborah Devikomi. She has a book called I Am Married, and every single person to read that book. We have Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo. We have and his wife, Pastor Mary and Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Bridget Okonkwo. We have Deborah Devikomi. I love her. I love her. I love her. We have Pastor Selman, and just a lot of people that talk about marriage. Buy books, buy tapes. Marriage is not for kids. It is not just about love and feelings and butterflies and vibes. You have to be emotionally, financially, and mentally ready. She'll get here. She'll get. Okay. Now, read on parenting. Please, if you're single, use your time very wisely. Read books. And I'm not talking about this about marriage. Read about books on leadership. Read on finances, read on personal development, read spiritual books, read marital books, read on parenting. That's not even good yet. Now, also, if you are single, another way to maximize and enjoy your singleness is form power circles, girlfriends, because your life cannot be built around your partner. Even when you meet this person that you have been praying for, you have been trusting God for, you need to have a life. Like, the guy needs to see that, you are living without him. Like, before he came, you were. You need to have a life. You need to have friends. Like, you can't just come and just be sitting out crossing your leg and waiting for somebody to come and rescue you, and then when you come, you build your life around him. Like, when anything happens, God forbid, your life is just shattered. Build power circles, girlfriends. Have a life of your own and your own people. Have your own tribe, your own community. Have an identity, the kind of thing that you like to do. This would even help you not to be too invested when you meet a romantic interest. A lot of girls like this, when a guy comes to me and say, okay, I like you, they just put all their feelings in the guy. Go away, I like you today. The guy tells me that, oh, I want to go out with you, I want to take you on a date, and you have something you're doing, you will cancel that thing you have to go for. Just go and be with that guy. Have a life of your own, build your own path, build your own friendships outside of yours. So, like, right now I'm single, but I have a lot of friends that we vibe, we pray, we talk, we chill, we can have a good time with. So you're not lonely. I said something with somebody one day. She remember she's lonely, and I'm like, you're only lonely because you believe that what they call it, attention or what will feel that loneliness, right? I don't even like that word where I use it, but you feel like attention and friendship or intimacy is supposed to only come from a romantic interest. That's why you're lonely, because I'm like, we are all around you. You have friends, you have you can call me, you can call them, but you're lonely because you don't have a boyfriend, because of course you have a mindset that says that romantic interests are much more important, or they are. Or like you might have friends, but you still feel lonely because you believe that your attention and that kind of thing should only come from romantic interest. I hope this makes a lot of sense. I hope it does. I pray it does. I know it does. Okay. So I said, know what you want as a single person. Like, as you're a single person, as in how to maximize, know what you want in a partner. Like, it's not when you meet a romantic, if you're not beginning to now you say, is it this? Is it the one? Is it that? Make a list of what are absolutely non-negotiables for you. Like, you're not bending on it, sir. Do you understand? Like, know what you want. This is very, very important. As a single person, it's not just say, well, I have a desire. Even from prayer, you can, and also just knowing yourself, you can, okay, what do you think you want in a partner? And I'm not going to mention what I want in a partner, or what I think you should want, because that's something that only you can actually decide based on the kind of person that you are. But I'm saying that, know what you're looking for in a partner. It's not you're not looking and say, I like you. Now say, Shekbo, is he really maybe he's looking. If you have to know what you want, so that when people are coming to you, people are going to come to meet you. I want to believe so. You can look into now and say, no, this is not, no, we're not going to bend this out. This is not what. So that it saves you time and not break, because the streets are more. Anyway, I said, understand that there is no scarcity mentality. I feel like this is like, I want to put this on a t-shirt, like hashtag no scarcity mentality. I've heard about scarcity mentality like 2020, but like this year I truly hit what that means in all areas of my life, not just about in finances, in all areas of my life. And so I'm saying that when you're single, you cannot be desperate. Like, you can't be desperate. Yeah, you need to understand that, your love is not tied to the hip of one man of that man that you're talking to, that man that you really, really like. You don't just have to be a one man. You need to be able to walk away from things. And this is something that this is something that's going to happen from self and personal development. It's not just a skill that everybody just know. I just know. It's something that happen from really building your confidence, knowing who you are, seeing yourself and how God sees you, and how you value yourself. You can say, okay, there are things that like for example, that in my life, there are things that I can't even deal with these kind of things based on how I see myself, right? So I'm like, understand that it's not scarcity mentality. But see, you really like a guy and he ghosts you, whatever that is, or he walks away, or he come and say somebody else have come inside the corner. You understand that, see, somebody else is gonna come. If a guy walks away, he leaves. That's always opportunity for somebody else to actually come to you. So you can't just say, "Oh, a mother, you don't understand. I love this guy. We connected deeply." Okay, you will also love and connect deeply with somebody else. Let that man go. Sis, move on. See, like it's not your love, your affection. It's not gonna. It's not tied to just one man. It's gonna come. You're gonna meet somebody else. You're gonna meet somebody, or probably even somebody better. So whenever you feel like, don't feel like, ah, God. So that mindset of this guy left me, nobody loves me, nobody will love me, I'm getting to this age, nobody's gonna want to be with me. Those are lies from hellfire, as in burning coal hellfire kind of lies. As in, it's a lie. It's a result of his scarcity mentality, even jealousy. But let's not go there today. Okay, so I said also in your single season, get to know people genuinely. Like it's one thing that I actually had to learn. Don't just meet a guy and always tag everybody as a prospective husband, or is a looking like he could be. Is it the one you just met this guy? Get to know people genuinely from your heart, because see, some people might come to you or move to you using with emotions or with feelings, but at the end of the day you realize that this person is actually can be a good friend, or can be somebody's partner, or whatever. But I'm just saying, get some people genuinely beyond just putting tag on that. Is it the one? Could this be? Get people genuinely. And then also, if you're actively in a season of waiting, or you're in that stage you get, like, go on dates. So when I say dates, I don't mean Nigerian kind of date that I'm dating him is dating me. I mean, go on dates, go out, meet people, go on dates, sis. Like, it's not a sin. Going on dates is not a sin, right? But of course, I'm not saying that you go on a date with a guy once, now you're not like, okay, this guy, I can't be with him, I don't want to be with this guy, but he likes me, or whatever, and you're eating his money, you're collecting his stuff, you're going on him, and you're leading him on. No, I mean, if you're open to meeting people, you're getting to know, see, go on dates. And if you cannot, I said go on dates if you can, not to know people from a place of potential husband, but to make friends. I said build relationships. Hey, build relationships. You are not lonely. You just esteem a relationship with the opposite sex above that with friends. And I said, okay, so that's basically. So also, when you're single, and this is the last one, this is very important, this is the best time, oh God, like Jesus Christ, this is the best time to have a robust intimate relationship with God. You are single, you have all the Bible says that the single woman is her matters are, her affairs are, I mean, her mind is, I'm paraphrasing, her mind is like towards the Lord. Why the married husband have to please the Lord? Why the married woman have to please her husband? I'm not saying that if you're married you won't be trying to please the Lord. I'm just saying that, see, when you're single, you have just you and yourself. You don't have anybody to be thinking about, what will they eat, what will that. You're just you and yourself. This is the best time to get your relationship with God, get to know God. As in, guys, this is the best time to see. Literally, I can carry my bag now. I can go to camp. I have done it a lot of times. Like me and my sister will go to, and as I would forever cherish my single seasons. Like, as in, when I eventually do get married, I'm going to look back on this and I'm like, wow, because there was a lot of character, fortitude, strength that was built, faith that was built in my single season. We'll carry our bag, we'll go to Iwo in Osun State, we'll go to camp 5 days, we're there praying, we're there contending for destiny. I can go to church, I can stay. See, this is, you're not worrying about, okay, what will this person eat, what will my husband, what will my children, what would they, your desires for the Lord, basically. And And then just understanding that God wants you married, but not whether you want to get married. Because if you really understand the purpose for marriage and why marriage was even built in the first place, right? Because of course the pillar of society is the family. God is more interested in getting you married than you're interested in getting married. So just know that God has the plans He had for you. So God is not against. Don't say, God, you have forgotten me. You know, sometimes God just withholds it because either you're not ready or you have not done WAT, you're not applying wisdom, you don't know the right thing, you're missing the right people that are chasing away with your own character or whatever thing that you're doing, right? Also, serve. Hey, when you're single, serve. No. Serve, attend Christian conferences. Like when they say Jesus, you are there. Like just serve with your whole heart. Like attend conferences, just build yourself, grow yourself, find yourself, know who you are. This is a time of discovery. I don't know how you're lonely. I don't get it. Like, but let me not put my own personality when people ask. Everybody's growing. So I said, okay, another thing is release your attachment to a time frame and trust God. I'm not saying it's wrong to have it. I want to get married at 25. Even though I don't think that's the best, but I don't think it's wrong. That's okay. I'm going to 25. And your desire, God grants desires of your heart, right? But I'm just saying that if it doesn't happen at that time frame, release your attachment to a time frame. This will actually brings people having issues with self-doubt, esteem issues, unhappiness, depression, because they tie things so rigidly. They have a fixed mindset or other things where if I don't have it now, I'm a failure. If I don't have it now, I'm late. How do you know you're late? When you don't even know when the time started? How do you know when the time started for you, or when the time started counting for you? I mean, you need to trust that, see, you're where you are right now, you are right where you need to be, and God knows what He's doing. The Bible says that God is not late. So, of course, pray about it, but also trust God. Like I said, some things to do when you're single and everything. Focus on yourself and date yourself. I already mentioned that. Date yourself. Also, that jealousy, when you see that people in a relationship are jealous, it's actually you need to shift your mindset from a scarcity mindset that they have it, right? You're only jealous because them having it is revealing to you something that you actually lack. I want to actually repeat that. When you're jealous of somebody in any situation, you're basically trying to say that because they have something, it's revealing a lack in you, that somebody's success is actually revealing that you're lacking something. When you understand that you are enough just as you are, you're enough, and that when you see somebody have something, it should only just be a motive, inspiration to say, okay, if they can have it, I can have it too. Because it's nothing that anybody has that is out of your reach. Understanding that singleness is a season. It's not a curse. It's not anything bad. Singleness is a season. Like I said, it is a season. Don't be in a rush to get married. Don't be desperate to get married. And if you have those feelings of desperation and everything, take it to God. Bible says, I said, bring your burdens to me. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, I'm designed to get married. I'm desperate to get married. No, take those things. Don't let people shame you. Take those desires to God and say, and talk to God and say, God, these are my desires here. This is where I'm desperate here. Help me. Work on my heart. Help me to be truly. I can desire something, but I can still be calm about. I can still be calm in a place where I'm open to receiving it, but I'm not going to break my back, bend my convictions. Go out of my way, change who I am, just like I want to get that thing. Do you understand? Okay, I can be content where I am while still expecting and being expectant for the joys of tomorrow. It's not one or the other. That if you are expecting something for tomorrow, you cannot be joyful in this season. So it's a season, and don't be in a rush. So chase your dreams. Like, you need to have goals. I know you have marital goals, but you also need to have your personal goals, your academic goals, your relational goals. Relationship is only just man and woman. Relational goals, your personal development goals. Like, just have goals, chase your dreams. There's so much more to life than having a relationship, than being married. There's so much more. Life is very full. Life is very beautiful. There's so much more to life than being married. So let me tell you something I actually hate, is that I detest when people actually begin to, because they are married or without experiences, they begin to now preach something that is unscriptural. They say things like, okay, if you're not married, you're leaving supper to your, because the Bible says that when two comes, one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. I mean, Yes, but like that scripture was not speaking to marriage in only. One would say thousand, two 10,000. Two can be a friend, can be a business partner, it can be a covenant sister. It doesn't have to be a married person in that context. But yeah, let's leave that. But I hate when people take some things and then they just make it look as if okay, and people say things like okay, you're not married, you're operating below your purpose. Rubbish and bullshit, unscriptural rubbish. Because first things first, I'm telling you from scripture that Jesus Christ was not married. I'm not saying he should not aspire to marry. He was not married. I never saw anywhere where he did not. He fulfilled purpose. He fulfilled destiny. What he came for, he did. Paul was not married. That was by choice. He fulfilled purpose. He fulfilled destiny. What he came here for, he did. There are people who actually get married and they lose sight of purpose. They lose vision. They don't even know where they are going. If you don't know purpose,